let's talk about what he told me. You'll never play basketball again.
Mhm.
You'll never anything physical. You're going to be permanently disabled. That's all you're going to be. And I need you to understand that this is nothing for me. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, you don't understand. I hear you, right? But I don't think you know me, right?
Mhm.
And he's like, no, I do. And I'm like, no, you don't. Because here's the thing, like, if you give me a tough situation, I am the type of person who is going to face it head on and find a solution. Whatever that might be, brother, I'm going to find it. I'm
Yep.
going to think my way through very quick and find it. And what I did is I gave it all to God and he showed me the way and I walked right through. And then when I went back and it's like each time he would look in the notes and he couldn't actually believe it was me. You know? And then I went back to him, you know, a month later, a year later, just for like that, let him check me out. And he would be check. He's like, wow, you look, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I told you, you don't know me. And it's
Mhm.
two things. It's my belief in God, and it's my belief in myself. Listen, I was put here for a purpose. And although I can't really alliterate all of it because I don't understand all of it, just because I don't understand everything, I just know a little bit about me. I know what I got to do is work hard. But when people hate, we congratulate, work harder. It's just like I went back to him the last time I saw him. I looked him right in the face. I said, thank you very much for doing the job that you did. I appreciate it. The last screw on the bottom right, you effed that up a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
I forgive you. It's crooked. He's like, you really know? I'm like, of course I know. But it's okay. But just know not everybody's the same. I personally know how to move my body, to
Mhm.
reset my joints, to adjust my body. I knew this before. This is an intense study of biomechanics for life. I just didn't realize that my own study and my own passion for human anatomy would end up being the thing that helps save my own physical recovery after God threw the addiction away and let me move forward. So for me, when a doctor tells me you can't do it, you won't do it, I appreciate it because it's inspirational and it shows me that number one, they're not ready to meet me.
Yep.
If I'm your doctor, straight up, man, if I'm your doctor and you come to me and you need surgery, I'm gonna say, okay, this is the surgery that looks like you require at this point. This is the data I have. What do you think?
Right.
If you're not sure, you just take the time you need. You get back to me. We'll talk again. But this is what I got, and I can't really do much better than that. All right, so that's the surgical application. But let's get back to a majority of the time that people are going for, let's say, a knee surgery or a shoulder surgery, a wrist, an ankle, an elbow. It's actually not required. It's mismanagement of the tissues in the body that are pulling the bones out of alignment. And what that's causing is the prime movers, which are the tendons and the ligaments, to
Mhm.
have wear and tear. If people, and I'm talking now doctors, because you should know, if you would just teach patients that they have to have patience and learn how to adjust their own bodies because they don't know how, because they didn't study that, because the majority of what they studied comes from the Rockefeller Carnegie Standard of Care Institute, which is a business medicine cyclical cycle to hand us off dependency so we could come back and ask more questions that we should really have the answers to. So that's the issue. It's a dependent cycle of information because our generation and the generations before were instructed doctors have that information. Doctors can help you. If surgery is required, like trust your doctor.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, I trust the surgeon to do the surgery because technically a surgeon's job is to, if, let's say they have hands, to use their hands to do the surgery.
Right.
It doesn't mean I'm trusting the surgeon's input after or before for anything whatsoever. I'm just trusting them to do the surgery.
Right.
Right? So when he asked me, the spinal surgeon, what I was doing for rehab, I said, I'd love to tell you, but that's none of your business.
Yeah.
And he's like, excuse me? I'm like, no, really, it's none of your business. You were the one that told me that I was going to do it, that I couldn't do it. And I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
You could pay me for it. And maybe I'd even consider giving it to you. But you know what? I don't even think I would give it to you no matter what. And I actually left it like that because I gave myself physical therapy.
Hmm.
I didn't go to a place like because the standard that exists, there is nothing existing in my estimation in the standard of care that supports the health and healing of people at their own rate of healing